If you're thinking of moving to Longs because you want that Myrtle Beach lifestyle without the Myrtle Beach price tag, you're probably seeing a ton of new construction and thinking it all looks the same. Well, some do and some don't. In some of these neighborhoods, you can get into a brand new home for under $300,000, which sounds like a huge win. But when you start looking at builder incentives, you may realize you can stretch that budget into a home that already has all the upgrades and feels finished from day one. In part one of this two-part series, we're going to be walking through the first 6 new construction communities here in Longs, comparing price points, floor plans, and amenities each one offers so you can see which one actually gives you the best value. All right, so before we go on to the first 6 communities that we're going to be covering here, just wanted to show you exactly where Longs is located. So Longs is going to be located right in here, right? So this is all Longs, 20 to 30 minutes away from the beach. You could live up here somewhere, or if you want to live 5 to 10 minutes from the beach, you can live down here. So you have a little bit of everything depending on what type of lifestyle you want to live, how close you want to be to certain things, which we're going to be covering in this video. So now there are 12 communities that we're going to be covering, but in this video, this is going to be a 2-part series. In this video, we're going to cover the first 6, and we're going to go by price point. So we're going to start at the lowest price point, and by next week, you'll have the highest price point. Not only that, but you're going to have some communities where you're going to actually be able to pick some of your finishes, right? So we'll cover that in next week's video. But for now, we're going to start off in a community called the Overlook, right? So the Overlook is going to be located right here. And it's obviously going to be located in Longs. And it's going to be right in here, right off 90. So 90 is right here. 90 is what's going to take you both to 22 and also to Route 9, which gives you easy access to the beach and all the shopping and the hospitals and all the entertainment on Barefoot Landing here. Also golfing right in here, right? So you're going to be close to that. But the most important thing is that people who shop at this price point are looking to be close to the beach, right? Without breaking the bank. So the median price point here is $246. This is going to be for people that want to be able to move in, right? Perhaps first-time home buyers or relocators who are retiring who don't want to spend that much money on a home, right? So you're going to be in the sub 300s in some instances, which we're going to be taking a look at right now. So now we're going to take a look at what's currently available here. And as I mentioned, the median price point here is about $246,000. So that's taken into consideration everything that has sold here in the last couple of months. Our goal is new construction in Longs without have a high monthly payment and live within your means. Then the Overlook is usually the first place home buyers who are relocating down here, whether they're working remotely or are retired and want a master plan community that's just going to be 7 minutes from the beach and the intercoastal, which is pretty rare at this price point, right? So if that's what you're looking for, this can be the perfect fit for you. And if we look to see what is currently available here, you have homes currently. Let's look at the lowest price home. So the lowest price home right now is $225,000. You're going to get a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. Now the square footage on this is going to be 1,700. Just realize that at this square footage, that includes the 1-car garage. So that's part of the square footage there. But again, if you're working remotely or looking to downsize and looking to live way below your means, this is perfect, right? And the HOA here at the Overlook is going to be $80 a month. Now, there are no amenities in this community, so that probably is going to cover management fee and also trash pickup. Believe it or not, in a lot of HOAs, sometimes they don't include trash pickup. The HOA I live in does not include it, so I have to pay that every year. It's about $300 for the year, but this community covers that for you. But again, you're going to have a home, you can have a home at $225,000. And the most expensive home here currently is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. The square footage on that is 2,300 square feet. That includes the 2-car garage in that square footage. So it's more like 2,000 from 19 to 2,000 square feet. So always take that into consideration. But as you can see, the layout here really quick. the layout here, you're going to have a nice layout here. As you walk in, you're going to have two bedrooms in front of the house, and your owner suite is going to be in the back. Now, one of the things we like to ask the sales rep, because remember, everything you say can and will be held. As a former cop, I always tell this to my buyers: anything you say can and will be held against you in negotiation when you speak to the builder's rep. So do not tell them anything you don't want them to know that you think is going to affect your negotiation. But with that being said, one of the things that we like to encourage our buyers when we go with them to speak with the buyer's rep is what's the lowest home you have available, the lowest floor plan, lowest price floor plan, and what is the most popular floor plan right now that is selling the most. That way you can really get an idea and gauge whether you want to go a bit higher, right? If you want those extras in the house, or if you don't, right? So you have more of an idea, and that's something that we're going to help you with. So the next community is where buyers feel more like it's going to be a long-term home, but I'm also going to tell you why the jump from 1 to 2 is just not the price. There's a lot more to it. Before we go on, I just want to let you know that because buying new construction down here can be super tricky, we produce a 29-page relocation guide just for you. Inside this relocation guide, not only are you going to find the hottest new construction communities around, you're also going to go over some of the biggest mistakes people who are relocating down here and buying new construction make and how to avoid them. So to download that guide, simply visit living-in-myrtlebeach.com and hover over the new construction guide tab here. Download it today or scan this QR code right here so you could be on your way to being the smartest new construction buyer in the market. So now number 2, Cypress Ridge is going to be a little further away than the Overlook, which is why I mentioned that for that price at the Overlook, I mean, that's a really reasonable price because it's actually going to bring you closer to the North Myrtle Beach area here. And as opposed to Cypress Ridge here, you're still going to have easy access to the North Myrtle Beach area. You're going to be about 15 to 20 minutes to the North Myrtle Beach area. But what you will see as we go along this series is that most of these new construction communities, the builders were very smart in building around Route 9, which is going to give you easy access down to the Myrtle Beach area and all the shopping and all that stuff. Even though you do have shopping in little pockets along 9, you're going to have a food line. You're going to have, if you need to go, to restaurants and stuff, you are going to have that here. But if you want to check out the main attractions, you are going to have to drive, especially the big box stores. You are going to have to drive down to the North Myrtle Beach area here, or even the Myrtle Beach area. But anyway, this area here, so Cypress Ridge is where it starts feeling more like a neighborhood, right? It's just not a row of houses. But what most people miss about this community is that this community at the end of the month is going to save you money. And I don't mean from the price, right? Because the price point, the median price point here is $277,000. Now you will see in a second that that has jumped a little bit from the last couple of months. And I always tell people it's always advantageous to jump into a community sooner rather than later. I know it could be a pain in the butt with all the construction going on, but you are going to get your best price point. So that was the median price point for the last couple of months to a year. One of the things that this area is going to do for you is that it's going to offer you amenities at this price point, right? You're going to get a pool, you're going to get a cabana, playground, you're going to even have a dog park. That's something that I don't have in my community. And my HOA is a little higher, but we don't have a dog park, which sucks, but we do have other stuff, right? This has a dog park. So if you're a dog lover, you're going to be able to, walk your dogs in the dog park and stuff like that and have them run around. Let's take a look. I was just talking about price points. Let's take a look at what currently is available here. So if we look at the lowest price point right now in Cypress Ridge, you can get something for as little as $259,000. That's going to give you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at about 1,700 square foot home, right? That's including the garage, right? So if you're looking for something small, this can be perfect for you, right? And the HOA here is $95. And again, that's going to cover I'll show you down here. So if you're curious what I'm looking at here, this is how it's going to look when we sit on that one-on-one Zoom call and I start sending you listings your way. It's going to give you the flood risk right here. It's going to give you all that information, but also most importantly, what the HOA covers. Here in this community, the HOA covers the common area cleaning, recreational facilities, and trash pickup. In a lot of these HOAs, in my HOA, they don't cover trash, right? So I got to pay that $300 a year for trash pickup. It's very important to know what the HOA covers, but this is what it's going to look like when we start sending you these listings. Now, if we looked at the most expensive home currently available in this community, you can get something like this, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2,800 square foot. That's including the garage. It's going to be about 2,600 square foot home, but you can get something like this for $374,000. This home in the Myrtle Beach area will probably run you an extra $120,000. So as I mentioned, the further you get away from the ocean, the more affordable it gets, except in the situation of the overlook. But you are giving up some things, right? You're giving up lot sizes. The square footage of the home is going to be a lot smaller, right? And it's going to be more of a cookie cutter style home. You're not going to have a lot to choose from. But in this community, you can get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home for $374,000. So one of the questions we like to ask when we're out with you speaking to the sales rep is, what current incentives do you have? Are they home specific? Are they floor plan specific? Are they lot specific? Because it can all be different with different builders here. Again, you can get yourself an amazing home at an amazing price with incredible incentives. And these incentives are always changing, and these builders are always contacting us to make sure that we inform our clients or our potential buyers of the incentives that are currently taking place, and they're always changing, right? So one of the things we like to do is ask them those deep questions to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck. And these homes here are typically going to, in this price ranges, they're typically going to be spec homes. Spec homes meaning that the builder already built the home to their specifications, and they wait for buyers to come and purchase those homes. So you can't really change anything once it's built. Once it's built, that's it. How it looks is how it looks, and that's what you get, right? But if you're looking to pick your finishes in part 2 of this series, you're going to see that some builders are going to allow you not only to pick your floor plans, your lot, but also your finishes. And some of the finishes are going to be incredible. All right, so now we're going to be looking at 𝗵𝗄 Park. So now 𝗵𝗄 Park is going to be along 90. It's actually going to be close to the first community, the overlook that we just looked at. The overlook was right in here, and 𝗵𝗄 Park is going to be right in here. And just to give you an example of where number 2 was located. Number 2 was located right up here. And I know that we're going up and down this area here, but I'm doing it from the medium price point, right? So just to give you an idea of what the medium price point is, I mean, I could have gone in order, but I wanted to go in order of the medium price point. And the medium price point here in 𝗵𝗄 Park is $285,000. That has gone up, and you will see in a second how much it's gone up. So that's definitely gone up from the last year. But what 𝗵𝗄 Park is going to offer you, in fact, we recently sold a home there to someone who was relocating, had a job transfer, and was a Walmart supervisor or manager, I believe. And she wanted to be close to the Walmart Supercenter, which is located right in here. Where are you? The Walmart Supercenter is right up here. So that was really, she's about 10 to 15 minutes to work. And because you're right off 22 here, 22 is that other highway that runs from east to west, just like 9 does. She needed to be close to that Walmart Supercenter. So this was the ideal location for her. And again, this is going to give you easy access off 90 here. So if you want to take 90 to, say you want to go to Carolina Forest, you can take 90 right to International Drive here, and that'll take you right to the Carolina Forest area. Again, where you're going to have a lot of shopping there too, but you are also going to have shopping right off 17, right here. So that's going to bring you super, super close. So now let's look to see what's currently available. And as I mentioned, the median price point here in the last year has been $285,000. But now if we look to see what's currently available here at 𝗵𝗶 Park, and we go from lowest to highest, the lowest price home right now is listed at 336. Now, always remember that the list price is the list price, and remember that we could probably negotiate a better price for you, right? So always keep that in mind, that that's just the asking price. We can definitely negotiate a better price for you for a home like this, but this is the lowest price home. You get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 2,100 square feet, right? And you're going to have to pay an HOA of 108. But what do you get for that HOA? Again, people always ask me this questions in the comment section. This is why I'm going over this right now. So the association pays for the management fee, common areas, pool, and trash pickup. Remember that if you were paying for trash pickup on your own, it would probably cost you about $40 a month. So the fact that it includes that is very important, along with the pool and the common area cleaning. Now, if we look at the most expensive home that's currently available here in this area, is this one right here, which is currently still under construction. But this is going to be a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home, 3.5-bath home. It's going to be about 2,800 square feet. But just to give you an example of what the amenity center looks like, I wanted to show you that really quick here. So that's the pool. And this is what the inside will look like eventually, with a nice little balcony there. But again, this one is currently under construction. You are going to have a nice loft area here. We relocated, the person that we relocated here that had that managerial job at the Walmart, she wanted to have her primary downstairs, and she bought that same floor plan because the primary was on the first floor, and that's what she wanted. She wanted all the other bedrooms up top on the second floor, and she wanted to have the primary on the first floor. Now, 𝗵𝗶 Park is an awesome community, as you can see, but if you are looking to stay under, people that are looking to stay under that 300 price point, I will direct them back to number 1 and number 2, the Overlook and Cypress Ridge. If that's your price point, that's where you want to look at, right? If you don't want to go above 300, that would be your best options. And that's the direction we would typically go with people who want to stay under that $300,000 price point. So now we're going to look at Carrington Woods. Carrington Woods is going to be right in here. It's going to be one of those communities that are going to be right off 9. Again, as I mentioned, 9 builders were very smart in building a lot of brand new communities around 9, because it's going to change the way you live, right? It's going to give you easy access for your everyday living, your everyday shopping, right? So if we look at the other communities that we looked at, Cypress Ridge was up here, 𝗵𝗶 Park was here, and the Overlook was right in here. And Carrington Wood is going to be smack in the middle right here. And we recently relocated a family here that had their mom living with them, and they wanted to be closer to the hospital. So this was a perfect spot for them, because the 𝗕𝗺 Hospital is right here, and that's about 5 minutes. That's a 5-minute drive to the hospital. They wanted to be close enough to the hospital. That was very important for them. Living here is going to give you access to not only the hospital, but also closer to Myrtle Beach, right? So you're going to be a lot closer to Myrtle Beach, Cherry Grove Point, and everything that you would need, right, living here. Now, the median price point here is $305,000. And speaking of price point, you are going to have a wide range here. So you're going to have homes that are listed for $279,000 all the way to $383,000. So now let's check to see what you get in the lowest price range. You're going to get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,900 square feet, listed for $279,000, right? And the HOA in this community is $80. Now, this community does not have any amenities, so be aware of that. If that's something important to you, perhaps going back to number 2 and number 3 would be ideal for you, because those communities do have amenities for you. But if you want something, if you need more bedrooms, for instance, we do have families that are moving down here and you need that extra bedroom, this home for $283,000 is going to give you a 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath home, and it's listed at $383,000. And again, the HOA here is going to run you $80 a month. So number 5 is the Bluffs at Sun Colony. The median price point here is $385,000. $208,000. And this is going to be your rare opportunity if you're looking for a lot of wooded lots around a golf course at this price point. This is going to be your best opportunity. And believe it or not, this one's going to be super, super close to the last community we just looked at, Carrington Woods. You're going to be right in here. You're going to be right back here. Carrington Woods is a lot closer to 9 here. Sun Colony is going to be back here. You're going to be around a lot of trees and a golf course, right? You're going to be smack in the middle of a golf course here. If I can zoom on in here real quick, just to give you an idea, you're going to be right around golf courses here and a lot of wooded lots. So if that's something you want, one of the biggest complaints we get from buyers is that in a lot of these new constructions, they don't keep the trees, they knock all the trees down. Well, here you're going to have the opportunity to have that wooded lot that you so desire. It's going to be close to the hospital, close to shopping and all that good stuff, right? So you're going to be super close to it all here. But really what people are most interested in, obviously, is what is currently available here, right? So again, these are going to be spec'd out homes. These are going to be homes that are already built, waiting for buyers to come and purchase them, which keeps it super, super affordable. These builders, they buy all the supply in bulk and they'll build these homes according to their specifications. And as I mentioned in the next video, in part 2 of this video, you're going to have opportunities to purchase homes in longs where you're able to choose your finishes, your floor plans. And in one instance, there is a floor plan in one of these homes that gives you bathrooms in every bedroom, which is a rarity down here. But anyway, the least expensive home here is listed at $299,000. So you're going to get a 2,200 square foot home, and it's going to look something like this, right? You're going to have really awesome finishes. Unfortunately, a lot of times these builders do not finish the garage for whatever reason, but there are some that do. In part 2, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's what you get for $299,000. And the most expensive one here right now, currently available, is this one here. This one seems to be a resale, to be honest with you, built in 2024. So this would not be a new construction, but you can see what the price points are for resales as well in here. But let's check to see if there is a new construction at the $300,000 price point. This one right here, obviously under construction currently, so you don't see any photos of the inside, but this is also going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home listed at $339,000. And let's not forget the HOA. The HOA here is $70. What does that cover? The HOA covers here, it covers the association management, common areas, legal fee, and trash pickup. Again, trash pickup, super important. A lot of communities don't add that to the HOA, so it's good to know that that's included in the HOA. This community is not going to have any amenities, unfortunately. So the next one up, the Forest at Black Bear, is going to be the furthest west of the communities that we looked at today, right? So it's going to be located right over here, right on the North Carolina border, right? North and South Carolina border. But again, still off 9, giving you access. Just to give you an idea, the other communities we looked at, you have Carrington Woods here. You have the Sun Bluffs here, 𝗵𝗶 Park here, Overlook here. So you can see it's going to be the furthest one out. The commute times from here to North Myrtle Beach is going to be about 35 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes. It depends, but you are going to be further away. But what this community is going to offer you more than any other community that we just looked at is that you're going to be getting a pool, a clubhouse, a fitness center, and a dog park. So if that's something you're looking for and you don't need to be too close to the shopping as these other communities. Again, you're not going to be too far. You are going to have a food line right in here, which is going to be like 15 minutes away, if not 10 minutes away. You are going to have some shopping down here that's closer to you, pharmacies and stuff like that. But if you want to be closer to the North Myrtle Beach area, that might not be the area for you. But anyway, it's going to be the top one on the list if you want that resort style vibe, right? It's gonna offer you that, as well as a dog park, which I'm big on. I wish I had one in my community. But anyway, let's take a look. As I mentioned, the median price point here for the last year has been $312,000. And if we look at the least expensive home here, as we've been doing, you can get a home like this, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,500 square feet, just a one car garage, right? So it's going to be super small. Again, could be ideal for relocators or someone who wants very low maintenance, right? Someone who's relocating, downsizing, whatever the case may be. It's $274,000 for a 1,500 square foot home. And the HOA here in this community is going to be $65, right? So that's going to be your HOA, $65 a month. And if we look at the most expensive new construction home currently available, right here is a 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath home. And if we look, that's going to be listed for $451,000. And if we look at some of the photos here, as you can see, they give you some photos of the pool area, the amenities. You got pickleball court, the pool. There's a dog park, right? And this is what the home inside looks like. So you're gonna have a wide open floor plan here, big kitchen, big island, all that good stuff. You're going to have a screen and porch in the back. So it's going to be an awesome community to live in if you're looking for that resort style living. And if you're looking for more of a mid-tier range home in this community, say this one here for 355, you can get something like this for 355. Again, smaller than a little bigger than the first ranch we looked at. That was their least expensive one at 274. This one's going to give you more square footage. It's going to give you that extra bedroom and a nicer primary bedroom.